Hey guys, we're back with another episode of Taco Imposters for Tuesday, July 11th, 2023. I have absolutely no idea what to talk about, but I was thinking of something just today while I was doing a stream, and I was like thinking, and I was like, look, wait. Ooh. I was thinking, and I was like, when you think about it, right, and you break it down hard and far enough, right? I was telling my friend this like years ago. I was in his bedroom and I was in his house, and we were thinking, and I was talking to him, and something to the effect of, I don't know how it came up, but something to the effect of like, if I look, there's two people, me and you. You go make a happy life. You go become successful in your job. You become, you know, you get married. You may have children, whatever, blah blah blah, yada yada. And I sit in a corner and do nothing. Oh, okay. I have to preface this with we're both Christians, therefore we have a different idea of this. But I was talking about in like a non-Christian, just whatever kind of way, right? And so I was thinking, okay, so right, and I sit in the corner and do nothing my whole life. In the grand scheme of things, at the end, we're just gonna die, and nothing. It's not gonna be no different. I'm not gonna contribute more than you, per se, right? And I'm not saying that I was right in that situation, but when you think about it, like if you think about it, I mean, I wasn't wrong. It's like a song I listened to once, and it was like, "We've been around." No, 200,000 years of 13.5 billion years. We think something like, we think the pinnacle. How could we think the pinnacle is here? Isn't that arrogant? We there are 100 million suns. We think something like it all revolves around us. Isn't it arrogant? I'm not important, and neither are you. Whoa, that's bad. I'm not important, and neither are you. So let's do whatever we wanna do. It doesn't like nothing significant. It doesn't matter. Do whatever you want anyway. Basically, that was a song I heard. And it's just really like, yeah. When you think about it, if you're not a Christian or a religious person in general, and you don't even have meaning in your life, you don't even have to be a Christian to have meaning in your life. What I'm saying is, you do realize like, well, if I die tomorrow, oh, there's two things. But then there was two things. If I just live till 90, but I just sit in a corner my whole life, and maybe I get some food and water every so often, but that's about it. Like kind of like sitting in a cell, like a prison cell. So you're like, okay, I'm not gonna be better than you or contribute more or less than somebody who did something with his life. The other thing was I heard a quote by Robin Williams that said, I don't know what movie it's from, probably from a movie, but it was like something like something to the effect of, I don't have to be rich, just as long as I know that brought happiness to someone's life, even if it's tiny or insignificant. And then I thought to myself, well, that depends. Well, wait a sec. What do you mean happiness? And then I'm like, no, joy. Because the thing with joy is, I mean, as a Christian, I see it as joy is like rejoicing in, Christ, right? In Christ's love and Jesus and God's love and like all that. But. Joy said he died for me and all that. But if you're thinking about non-joyful, even if you are thinking of Christianly, but if you might not be thinking of like a Christian, right? Think of it like happiness is conditional. Joy is rejoicing in something, knowing that you have whatever love, or you have whatever unconditional love or whatever. Like think about it, right? Oh, I need to put on my earphones. Is that right? Just a sec. There we go. So just a sec. Where's the thingy? What was I saying? Yes. So, what are they talking about? Yeah. So it's very much just like different than joy is different than um happiness, right? Happiness is conditional, and happiness is like there's like time based, and happiness is like situational and all that stuff. But joy is not. Joy is like you have joy. Like somebody once told me, she was talking about joy in a Christian sense, in the sense that like you have joy because Paul talks about like this like, eternal joy that you have inside your heart. I got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. That song. And so they talk about it like, and she's talking about it as like joy is figuring out that you're in a bad situation, but you know it'll all be okay because that's just joy. Like that's just you have that joy of like the peace and joy inside of you. Like I'm okay. I know, but something's it's all gonna be right because God wants me in this situation right now. Now, um, are you gonna be sad? Of course. Are you gonna be depressed? Of course. You're gonna be angry. Are you? Of course. You're not gonna. That's why I say you're not gonna always be happy, but you're always gonna. But you can always have joy. You go to the right people. You hang with the right people. You go in the right situations. You do the right things. You learn the right stuff, and you spend enough time with God, and you'll have joy for the rest of your life. People used to tell I knew another friend, and he in high school used to be like, used to ask. Now this might be him saying that, like, oh, someone's asking that, but he used to say stuff like, "What or why are you so happy?" And he would say like, "Well, I got the joy of Jesus in my heart." And, maybe said that once or twice. I don't know, but I'm just saying like that's just what I feel of it, right? Or that's what he like would say. I don't know if he said it a lot, but anyway, I'm just saying like that's what I feel of, like joy. Joy is something where it's like, well, look, you there's a conditional, there's this or that and the other thing. Whereas joy is not conditional. Happiness is not like a conditional thing where, oh, if I'm certain happy and I get to and get to, no, joy is very much joy is like unconditional love. If you're getting it, searching for it in the right places, you will get unconditional love. But it was also a quote by, or it was a quote from one of I don't know if he was doing a comedy special or comedy something or what, but it was Chris Rock, and he was saying only two things get unconditional love: women, well, three things: women, dogs, and babies. That's the only things that get unconditional love. Men don't get unconditional love, and it's really true. It's very true. Unconditional love is very much not a concept to men. Men can give unconditional love, but men don't get unconditional love. Men always have to have a condition. It's always a condition. It's always a reason. And that's why, okay, I say that. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Making friends with a woman is easy after that first initial sexual tension. Becoming more than friends with a woman is the hardest thing ever because it's always conditional love. They give you a conditional love. So you have to have a condition. Like, there's always a condition. Like, now, friends, different than not friends. Friends are different than like, far more than friends. More than friends, that's where it's the hardest thing I ever did. And I've done it. I've tried to do it twice, and then I've been friend zoned 3 times. And very much so, the 2 times that I was friend zoned, that I tried to become more with them, was the hardest thing ever, or the most awkward, or the most, oh God, did I just screw something up real bad? This person's not talking to me in a while. Uh-oh, am I screwed? And I don't know, because I haven't seen these people in forever. I don't know if one person hates me and the other person thinks I'm weird now. But, I don't know why I'm snapping, but now I'm like, did I screw this up? Did I screw this up? Oh no. Because that was what happened the first time. The first time I'm like, oh God, I screwed this up so badly. And then I went to a youth rally that she was at, and she like just, we didn't talk per se, but I think I hugged her, and I was like, oh, okay. So you don't think I'm a whack. Good. And I've asked her later on, you hate me? It's like, no, I don't hate you. I think I said to her, if I died tomorrow, would you be sad? And it was like, yeah, of course I would. I was like, really? Yeah. Okay. See how it works? Look, there's nothing, and now there's something, and now there's nothing. Anyway, it's a very directional mic. Anyway, so yeah, men don't get unconditional love. That's another reason why when a girl wants to be your friend, or at least will talk to you, even at least they do is talk to you. It's like, Why? Where's the condition? Because men have a condition. Men are like, well, there's got to be a reason. Also, not just that, women have a conditional give a conditional love. They will like you, will be friends with you, but with conditional love. And they think it's all normal too. They think it's fine and normal to say to someone, "No, we're friends, and we're just friends." Men see that as, "No, you've just crushed our, where is it? Just crushed. You just crushed our dreams. We've had dreams of getting in your. Now I was going to say getting in your pants, but I mean, yeah, ultimately sure, but to become your, you know, you know, more than friends, and then you go, nah, we're just friends, or I love you. Preface that with as a brother. Follow that up with as a brother. Prefaces before, sorry. Preface, yeah, sorry. Follow that with a suffix. That, follow that with like a brother. And then that's when you want to punch you want to kill yourself. You're literally ready to take the gun and shoot yourself. Because you're like, no way. You did not just do that to me. Or the worst is when you're with someone who's a female, and then you're in a certain circumstance, and then somebody like hints at like, so what's the relationship here? And it's like, oh, we're just oh. It's like the episode. It's like the episode. It's like in Spy Kids 3, right? It's like in Spy Kids 3 when Junie finally sees Carmen for the first time in a while, and he's with Dimitri. Right? He's with Dimitri, and then he's like, oh, who's this? Who's she? And it's like, oh, this is Dimitri. She's my girl. Well, she's a friend who's a girl, and she goes, I'm his girlfriend. Well, are you now? I think I've said this in one of the last few podcasts. And he goes, Junie, you just been punked. Junie been damn punked. And she like puts her hand through Dimitri. It's like, and then I was watching Microwave Society review that movie, the third Spy Kids, because they did the third and the fourth, and it was just like VTuber, V-girl, fake, It's like, wow, yeah, it was. And it's like, no! Because what happened was she, like, died because Arnold killed her on that, like, weird platform that they were doing to, like, have this, like, weird fighting thing. They have all these robotic things on the moon, and then they decide, oh, no, now we're going to have just some, like, random platform fighting. It's like, okay, sure. And he's fighting Junie, and then Junie, like, stop, and, like, there's been a, switcheroo, like, somebody's going to intervene for you, or, like, whatever, a tag team in, and it's like, okay. It's like, I'll come in, and it's like, okay. And it's Dimitri, and then Dimitri just, like, dies. Oh, I need it for my family. It's like, what? Anyway. Funny, or weird, but okay. And then she comes back somehow. Well, you should deserve all this. And, like, he was simping over this girl so hard. And then it's just like, oh, wait. I'm her girlfriend. I've had that before. I've had that, I think, once before, where I've been in a situation where there was a girl next to me, and it was like, we're friends, and it was like, and they hint at, like, what's this? And it's like, we're just friends? I think, I'm trying to remember that, because I remember specifically doing that, and being like, is that and it's like, and I think I didn't really want it to be more than friends, so I was like, oh no, I think this is just friends. And I think I was okay with that. I wasn't with someone who thought anything of it, like, there was nothing to think of. Anyway. And I think both of us kind of were like, nope, we're just friends. Which is fair, I guess. And we were, but I really wish that I would have a girl to go, I'm his girlfriend. That would be amazing. That would make my life legit. But, same difference. What do you want? It doesn't matter. I haven't gotten to that point yet. But anyway, whatever. Look, in my opinion, I haven't gotten that point yet. And like I said, men do not ever get unconditional love. From women, at least. Best friends, maybe, but women, no. Not even close. And it's, like, very strange to me, too, when a girl wants to, like, be your friend, because we know, because we've also figured out, sure, there's what's it called? Okay, cool. Yeah, where it's like, oh, because they know. Anyway, they know, right, that it's really weird way of writing it, anyway. That like, well, you know that like, well, a girl. Anyway, girl gives conditional love. So you're like, okay, females give conditional love to males. Like you know that. There's no such thing as unconditional love to male. Not even close. Like you're like, what? Yeah, we figured it out. Like what? So when they want to be friends, they're like, wait a sec. Why do you want to be friends? Don't don't you? Or why do you just want to be friends and not have a conditional love? I don't get it. Like why? Isn't there a condition to this? And they're just like, I think I asked someone or like, implied we're friends. Why? We're people. Why? And it's just like, well, because no offense, but like, or sorry, no offense, but but like, usually people need a reason. It's like, real do they? Men do. Females not so much, but men do. Anyway, that's a whole different topic that I've already talked about. But I could just like change it with like I add to that, which is like it's conditional love women have for males. Therefore, that's why I always feel like, well, why do you have some sort of like magical like like why do you just want to be friends? Why? Or I'm even baffled as to women talking to me. I'm like, no way, no way. And then I add something to the conversation, and the conversation keeps going because I added something, and they talk. They're talking about that topic. I'm like, what the flippin' do? What the flippin' heck? Because I added something to a conversation last Wednesday, about a week ago, and I was just like, and they like kept talking about it and brought it in, and like it didn't end. Also, it didn't end with me. I added a few more things, and the conversation kept going, and they like acknowledged that I was speaking, and I was like, and it was a girl. I'm like, what? How? You people spending an extended amount of time with in female company can be physically disorientating and mentally exhausting, or mentally confusing. The Ed and Eddie clip where it's like, spending an extended period of time in female company can be physically exhausting and mentally physically disorientating and mentally confusing. Spending an extended period of time in female company can be physically disorientating and mentally confusing. And he's like, yeah, because it can be. I'm like, what? I'm physically confused, mentally disorientating, physically confusing. I'm like, what? What? Why? Huh? I don't care if you're the ugliest woman. You're still a woman, and that's still like, why do you want to associate with me? That's why the weirdest thing was when the whole thing wasn't awkward when I was for candidate at a girl's apartment, okay, with another, there were two girls, and I'm like, I'm the only guy. I'm like, this is weird. How, I would have said no, but then again, both of those people like me, like, or more like don't hate me. I think one likes me and one doesn't, but they don't hate me. Is what I'm saying. And so I'm like, I think it's because there was two of them too. I think that's why they can outnumber me. Although I'm probably stronger than both of them, and I gotta beat the crap out of both of them. Well, I don't know about that actually. I remember once we had a conversation at Young Adults where it was like, who do we beat up, right? And then he turns to me and goes, who could you beat up? And I went, are we allowed to go with the opposite sex, right? And he goes, yes. And I pointed at the girl, or not pointed, but like I was like, I could beat her up. I think I did point her. I could beat her up. And then he's like, hey, to her, like, hey, got her attention and went, hey, he thinks he can beat you up. I goes, what? Why? Huh? Who? What? 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 Who? What? Could beat me up? What? Yeah, I said, yeah. Oh, he said, who do you think can beat me up? And I said, can we go with the opposite gender? And he goes, yeah. So I said, I pointed at her, and because I feel like I could. I feel like I could, like, now, what? You didn't preface this with what it was. This is an MMA fight with kickboxing. No, I think I'd be beaten because she'd like somehow kick me to death. But if this is just a regular boxing match, I'll beat the crap out of you. I'm like, wow. I don't know why I was so like passionate about it. I could beat the crap out of you. I could beat the legitimate crap out of you. Why? I don't know. Just because. I don't know. I just feel like that was like a thing. Anyway, so for me at least, I was like, okay. Anyway, that was just me. That was because I said something about I could beat the crap out of those two girls. Anyway, not a nice thing to think about, but I'm just saying I could. But I think it was because there's two of them, and that's why they weren't. Also, I'm the most innocent person ever. I get in an argument, and I just have this like, if I'm being bashed on, I would not know how to answer really. I'd be like, well, oh god, oh no. Or if a girl's like attacking me, I'd be like, right? So yeah, I'm not. I was just baffled as to why this wasn't. Also, I was baffled as to why I didn't feel like awkward here in the situation, but it's because like it was two females that I didn't hate, and they didn't hate me. So, go figure. Let me see something. Can you hear the air conditioner in the background? Let me check. Yes, you can. Slightly, but yes, you can. Anyway, so yeah, I was like, okay, weird, but okay. I was like, this is not awkward for any of the three parties involved. Weird. Although I don't know if they felt super weird and awkward. They just felt really natural. At least to me, I felt like it felt natural, and there was like it gave off this like vibe of ambiance of like, oh yeah, this is like none of us feel weird about this. Although I think one really likes me, and the other one just likes wants a man, so wants a boyfriend, so she's willing to like pick up or do with girl people like men of any men. Anyway, point about that is it's weird when a woman wants anything to do with you because of the whole thing. If we've learned that men need conditional love, get conditional love from women, as long as you're making money, keeping them safe, providing for them, giving them their what they want, then they'll give you love. But men will give women unconditional love. They'll give babies unconditional love. They'll give puppies or dogs unconditional love. Pets. Those are the three things that get unconditional love from men. I mean, a mother will give unconditional love to her child, but Ooh, it's raining. Yep, it's pouring rain outside. Nice. It's supposed to rain overnight, but it's not supposed to rain tomorrow. And tomorrow we're supposed to technically be outside for young adults for the youth rally for the whatever. Anyway. Ooh boy. Anyway, my point is, it was Chris Rock who said it's joy and unconditional love. Those are two things I'm talking about. Where it's like, one was men don't get unconditional love, and if I brought a little bit of joy into your life, as in I gave you a reason to be joyful, rejoice in, that's great. Or a little bit of happiness, good. I'm good. Better than all the money I could ever give or ever get. That's the reason I'm here. Because like I don't know why I'm here, but if I added a little bit of happiness to someone's life, good enough for me. Yep. So, look, love is weird that way. Love is weird that way. Men will give women unconditional love, and women will be like, well, what's the like? We gotta get like, there's conditions here. There's conditions. Men feel, because men, at least I've always felt like men have come to this like, what's the catch? Or at least I have. I've come off as like, well, what's the catch here? Well, whoa, 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 whoa. What's the catch here? Why? Why? Nobody in their right mind would do this without getting something out of it, or without a reason, or without. And then these girls look at you like, no. It's probably because they can't fathom the idea that there's a reason why we need to be friends. I just want to get to know you, be friends with you, pull the deepest, darkest depths of your soul, pull the bottom of your heart, in front of the bottom of your heart. Like, what? Pull the deepest, darkest depths of my soul? Why? How? What? Okay. It's like, okay, I'm confused so bad. I'm confused. Again, quoting one of either Ed or Eddie. I don't remember which one it is. I don't watch that show very much. I just seen the clip, and it's spending an extended period of time in female company can be physically disorientating and mentally confusing. I come out of situations with females where it's like, what? Why? Why do you want to do anything with me? Why do you want to associate with me at all? Why? Why? Tell me why. And I can't ask that question. I don't feel like I'm comfortable with it because I'm like, because if you ask that question, then the female will be like, well, what? We can't be friends? Oh, what? We can't be. I can't talk to you. You don't like me? There's got to be a reason. It's like, oh God, no, please, no. That's not what I meant. No. I'll just take it. I'll just take what I can get. Nope. It's like Bo Burnham's Lower Expectations song. It's like, no, I'll just take what I get with the girls. Where it's like, lower expectations a lot, and also like, he also was talking about how like guys, lower expectations, both parties should lower expectations a lot because think about it, people, both parties have to like accept lower than what they think. Anyway, my point with it is like lower expectations and like just take what you get. Males take what you get. Females shouldn't settle, and males shouldn't settle either. But we are very more open to accepting way more accepting, like open to accepting like not anybody, but like lower, like and more like we'll just take what we get, kind of thing. Whereas females are like shouldn't, settle for anything. Settle for less or settle for the same way males should. Anyway, not again. 27. It's recording, right? Yeah. I've got to do the math again. Why it paused, I don't know. I probably clicked it again. No, not that. Go away. I need the the calculator. 27 minus 43 is 16. 43 minus 27. Or 26. It's fine. 28, sorry. 28. 28 is 15. Cancel. Yeah, 15 minutes. Whoa, 15 minutes. So, yeah. And so, for me at least, that's why I'm feeling like, why do you want to associate with me at all? Why does any female want to talk to me or associate with me? Well, because here's what I thought. It was the same thing. I've said this before. My friend said, no, you can't have female friends. And I went, okay, what do you mean by that? And he goes, well, if you're married, you can't. Okay, you're prefacing, you're adding to that by saying by saying, well, when you're married, you're prefacing that with married. Like, whoa, married men can't have female friends. He said, well, especially if you're not married. I'm like, well, especially if you're married. It's like, okay, yeah. Because I just when you say that, because when you say you can't have friends that are female, polygamous, no. Polyamorous, no. What's the one where it's not non-relational? What are the non-sexual relationships called? According to Healthline, platonic. Like you can't have a platonic relationship with the opposite gender. It's like, that's bullcrap. You know why? Because you just alienated half of the world, half the entire planet. So now you're freaking screwed. You're screwed, man. I think you can. And I've said this before. Whoa. And I've said this before, right? I've said this before. You should have a female that you like. I think you should have a female that you think is I think you should have a female that's, yeah. I think you should have a female that's your friend who's a female, because then you can talk to female. You can talk about girls with the girl, or you can talk about more deeper conversations with the girl rather than with a guy, because the guy won't tell you his like soul to you. A guy will not tell a guy his soul. Guys don't talk to guys. We don't talk to guys. Girls somehow pull out our deepest desires and our deepest depth of our soul. Men don't do that. So therefore, men don't do that. We don't. We just don't. And we don't talk to men. Men don't talk to men. Men talk to men to a certain extent. Even best friends don't talk to each other. Like, I've learned that over the years. We don't talk about this, and we don't talk about that. You know, we're men. We talk about men stuff. Sports, guns, cars, superheroes, masculine things. Hunting, that kind of masculine, whatever masculine things. It's like very bizarre when a girl does that to you, because you're like, I don't talk about my feelings. Why am I talking about my feelings to you? Like, you want to know the deepest, darkest depth of my soul. What the frig? Ooh. And then you don't realize that, and like, how did you do that? Like, I've come out 2 conversations like that where it's like, you've pulled this out of my butt, and I'm like, excuse me? What the hell? What? How did you do that? I don't know how it goes. One was like, completely like, I've never told another damn soul in my life. Not that I told you very much details, but I told you some things where it's like, whoa. So yeah. So, again, I'm going back to the same thing, but I'm just saying unconditional love, and now I'm adding to the fact that like men don't get unconditional love. So therefore, because men don't get unconditional love, they see it as like, well, what's the catch here? Why are you talking to me? Because we know that you need conditional, like you have conditional love you give to a male. Therefore, why are you talking to me at all? Where's the conditions? What's the catch? What's in it for you? It's like nothing. Like, I don't believe it, but yeah, I don't believe it, but I'll take it. So, and that was the first instance of like just girls in one room that last for Canada Day, and I was just like, mind blown, because I was like, another mind blown in the sense like, I'm sitting in the same room with 2 females, and they don't kick me out. Although it was a little awkward and like, I didn't love it, but like, anyway, I didn't love it because it started off a little awkward and ended a little awkward. But in between, it was like, this is so much fun. I love this. I'm just kind of also glad there wasn't more females, because I would have just been like ganged up on. There's a show on Fox. I think it's at like 11 o'clock or something, or 10 o'clock in the morning, and it's called Outnumbered, and it's always 4 females and 1 male, or 3 females and 1 male. Anyway, I'm like, I would never want to be in a situation like that, because how do I talk about them? How do I talk to them? If they start ganging up on me, there's double. But if there was like triple or quadruple or quintuple or sextuple, or I would be like, y'all can like gang up on me, and this ain't good. Anyway, I just feel like anyway. So yeah, I'm prefacing that with that. I'm also saying I started this with the whole like, if you lived a happy, fruitful, so you joyful, fruitful, successful in your successful career, you have a wife, maybe some children, you're successful, you've done things, you've added to society, you contribute to society, and I sit in my corner, in the corner of a room, doing nothing, maybe eating, maybe drinking, and that's about it, like staring at the wall, and that's it, right? We'll see. I wouldn't contribute more. Or my life would be more meaningful than your life, would it? I wouldn't have done more than you, would I? In the grand scheme of things. And it's like, well, no, that's not true. The guy doing something would contribute more. And also, because we were both Christians, we would get up to heaven, and God would be like, well, that was sad that you wasted your life. Oh, you were successful. You did, because think about it, right? That's not what God wants you to do. But if we're talking about this in a non-Christian way, then yeah. But if you're talking about it in a Christian way, like, in a Christian way, like, it's, well, yeah, God would come to you and say, or you would go get to heaven and be like, because, you're not going to die at the same time, but if you get to heaven, God would be like, your friend who you made a thing with and you said that to, he actually did way more for me and did a better thing than I, or let's do it this way then. Let's do it this way. Let's say you're in a room, and you're stuck in a room, but you have a camera, and you make videos, and you live stream, and you talk about God, and you do all this stuff, and you do Christian stuff, but you don't go out and do anything for God, right? Are you doing less than someone going out doing for God? That's a good question. Like, I don't know, right? I feel like no, but I also feel like yes. Because God's telling you, because God wants you to go do, right? He doesn't want you to just, because there's that whole thing where, because I've had this not argument, but I've heard this argument before, where like the Catholics believe it, like, because not my pastor, but the pastor of the previous church was like talking to a Catholic, and he was like his Catholic friend, and like they believe that like you have to, no, you don't earn God's love, but your faith, you have to have faith and to be in God's good graces, kind of thing. You have to do good works, because they believe that like good works lead to salvation, right? But and a lot of other Protestant denominations, Mormons, Mennonites, Amish, they believe in the same kind of thing. Lutherans, not Lutherans, what are the Latter-day Saints, Church of Jesus Christ, Latter-day Saints. Anyway, believe that same way too. You gotta do. Where that doesn't make any sense, because you're never going to amount. Because they always tell you you're not good enough, you're a failure. But then like be like, well, you gotta do earn. Like, well, when do I earn it? Do I earn it? Anyway, I'm just saying that the Catholics believe that. And so you get to that point where it's like, well, there is that thing that says, faith is dead without deeds. But also, there's points in the Bible and parts where you say stuff like, you can never earn God's love, grace, or mercy, and you can't earn salvation. You just get salvation one day, or not even get it. You just accept salvation one day. It's like a free gift that's open to everybody. It's like a table, right? And it's like in the middle of a giant, really busy, I don't know, anything, intersection, crossing, whatever, concert hall, whatever. Somewhere where people go like every day, right? And there's millions and trillions and billions of people who go every day, and it's just free gift. Take it if you want it. And it just says, it's a big giant sign that says salvation, free gift, free. Take one, and you just have to take it, because Jesus comes knocking on the door, and you have to open the door, right? Jesus comes knocking on your door, and you just have to like open the door, accept Jesus' salvation. You know what I mean? So that's the thing, right? So there's a little bit of, well, yeah, but your faith is dead without deeds. But you don't have to do anything to earn salvation, but your faith is dead without deeds. Earn salvation, but your faith is dead without deeds. And so for me, at least, I feel like the person who goes out and does something rather than sits in a room and like proclaim, but you're proclaiming, the good news to people. How is that like any different? But because you're not doing what God's asking you to do. And unless you're like arrested, like house arrest or something, I feel like, or arrested in a real prison, I feel like, God wants you to go do stuff. I don't know. That's just my like unless you're Paul, I think God wants you to go do stuff. If you have the opportunity to go do, just do. I don't know. It's weird that way. In my opinion, I don't know how to think about that, because I feel like, yeah, the guy going out is doing better for God than the guy not, but they're both proclaiming the gospel. So then you get into that like problem of like, well, wait a sec, you're both proclaiming the gospel, and you may have even helped people come to Christ. So, right? But you didn't actually go out and do anything. Are you less of a person than the person who is going out and doing and finding people? I don't know about that. I don't know if I would say that, Because that's the thing, right? I don't know if I would say that. gonna be so awkward outside tomorrow because we're supposed to be doing it outside, and I've always been used to doing it inside. And now I'm just like, oh, this is weird. Outside? Why? We're not even at the park. We're on the lawn. I'm like, oh god. I've done 3 or 4. I'm trying to remember now. One was just a bonfire, so that was nothing. 1, 2, I think 2, maybe 3, outside at the Arab church that I used to go to. And I was like, here in my town, here in my city, here locally, and I was just like, it's weird. I know this is gonna be dumb, and also they don't even have chairs. They have to bring your own chairs. I'm like, why? Just bring out the chairs, man. Anyway, it's weird. The rock's still there. I sat on the rock. I used to eat my lunch on that rock every day. Not every day. Well, yeah, every day when I was there for 1 week, 2 weeks for day camp. Anyway, it was like weird. My friend liked that rock. My God, those days were great. I love those days. I remember back to those days. I'm like, oh, good times. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so, what was I gonna say? Yeah, it's gonna be weird. I don't think it's gonna be bad per se, but I know the person speaking. It's like, oh, I heard him in that context, or in like a medium context. I guess that's a medium context. It's not a church context, like preaching in front of like hundreds, but it's also not a small group. I've heard him in small groups, and I've heard him in like medium groups, and he's not the worst person ever. He can come off a little pretentious, and he can come off as one of those pretentious Christians who like thinks they're so much better than they are. Oh, because my dad asked my friend what he thought of that guy, and he gave him a different word, and I would have gave the word pretentious. Oh God, because the thing with pretentious is they think they're so much better than they are, or they're more important slash like talented, like they're smarter and more talented than you. Like, oh no. Or they come off as like, oh, I think I'm more talented and more important than you and more smarter than you, which may be true to be honest, but that's a terrible trait to have because like now you like, oh, pretentious. You never want to be called pretentious, right? You never want to be called pretentious because being called pretentious makes you feel like an arrogant asshole, right? Oh God, and this guy can come off of that a little bit sometimes. Oh God, he can, and it's almost like scary, like and disgusting. Like, oh my God, and kind of almost and pretentious almost makes it feel like the almost like a king or a queen, where it's like I don't have to know what goes on in the world. Everyone just does things for me, and like I'll just worry about myself. And it's like pretend like and like I'm more important, so therefore I don't need to know what happens in the rest of the world. I'm the important. It all revolves around me. I'm smarter and better and more important than you. It's like so yeah. Which I mean, fair enough. The queen can say that, but can like you or I say that and not come off as an asshole? No. I like no. Like no, not at all. Not at all. Not even close. So anyway, it's gonna be weird though. It is gonna be weird. Is there gonna be worship outside? Probably is, because I've done worship outside, and I found it kind of awkward because it's weird and because the acoustics completely change. Also, if we're doing this really loud with drums and no, it's gonna be quiet stuff. I'm sure. I hope. Anyway, maybe their whole point is to do that so that the houses in front and go, oh my God, what's that sound? Oh wow, it's amazing. Oh, it's great worship. What is it? I don't know. I'm just saying. In my opinion, I feel like it's gonna be weird, but I don't know. It's gonna be awkward. I feel like, oh God, no, because that's gonna be in an open space and it's gonna be weird. It's not like enclosed space. It's gonna be like this open I don't know. Maybe it's gonna be better. Maybe it's gonna be worse. I don't know. We'll see how it goes tomorrow. I'm hoping it's not like stupid and dumb, but it could very well be, because for some reason I feel like I'm gonna feel weird and everyone else is gonna be like, this is great, and I'll be like, okay. Anyway, what's sad? I was thinking today. I might have said it on the stream. I'm not sure. I'll be ending this very soon, but I said something to the effect of, I have a. It's that out of the 4 instruments, out of 5 instruments that I've tried to learn in my life: guitar, ukulele, recorder, ocarina, piano. Right. The only one that I was ever able to like wrap my head around was the ukulele. The ocarina was okay if I got tabs. I don't know any chords or notes. And the piano was kind of like I could not figure out how to get both hands to play together. I own all of those instruments, and that recorder wasn't that bad. I just never like even bothered with it. I know how to play what is it called? Maharaguan by what's it called? Maharaguan by Celine Dion. And so I was like, but that's probably the only thing I know how to play. I never actually bothered to learn the recorder. I know there's like hundreds or dozens of different recorders too. It's like wow. I watched a like video where these guys like not that one. I watched a video where this woman was playing like recorder. She plays recorder in a orchestra, and it's like oh wow, there's like lots of different ones. Everything from the tiny little piccolo thingies. I think it's called piccolo, or no, oboe, no, the tiny little one, to these giant things that you play with like a reed, and like you play with like a neck that has like a little like I don't even know how to explain it, and it's like a vertical thing that you're playing vertically, and then you have like a little like brass neck, and you like a teapot neck or a goose neck, right, kind of thing. Oh, it's like whoa, these things are crazy that are really deep. So anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so what was I gonna say? Yeah, so phooey. Anyway, and so like it's sad how I bought got a piano. I'm probably gonna learn how to play the piano. Piano, I feel like I could get one day, like 10 years from now. I just learn it and like start playing it. Anyway, what were they gonna say? Yeah, so sad, but I mean, at least I know one instrument. The guitar feels like something I could attain, attain. No, like I could get to, aspire to become a good guitarist. Like rather than like the ocarina, I just don't care about. I'm sorry. And the recorder, what do I care? But the ocarina is definitely one of those. I'm glad I didn't get a new ocarina. I got a new ukulele. I upgraded my ukulele, not my ocarina. I paid $11.99, I think, for my or $11.50 for my ocarina. I'm glad. I'm happy. I'm good. Anyway, what were they gonna say? Yeah. So anyway, that's instruments for me. I was never good at music though. I would always like want to play music and then realize, oh, I'm terrible. I also have no. I may be tone deaf, to be honest. I may be tone deaf. The opposite of perfect pitch. I might be tone deaf because you say a note and I'll just be like, I don't know. Mi, do, re, mi, do, re, mi. Right? Wait, I think it's like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Wow. Also, I'm the worst because I talk too much on streams and such, and on this stuff. I talk almost every day, and so because I talk almost every day, I've lost my voice is like gone like all groggy and like it's bad. Look, I always thought my voice was weird that way. Like it just sounds bad. Like it sounds weird, but you know whatever. Anyway, what was I saying? I'm going to say yeah. So I can't sing very well. I always voice cracks. I'm 4 years old and I'm still voice cracking. What the heck? It's weird, but anyway. I not hit puberty yet? Or have puberty not over yet? Anyway. Look, I think that's going to be it for. Oh, if you have any way of learning piano, please let me know. An easy way. I was learning through Hoffman Academy, so could be something. Anyway, I go back to. But what are they going to say? Yeah, so I think that's going to be it for now. Also, songs that I could play on piano. Let me know. Easy ones. Maybe two hands, but easy. I think it's going to be it for now, guys. You want to get well? I think it's going to be it for now, guys. So if you want to get in contact with me, there's the email, which is tacoimposters@gmail.com. That's tacoimposters@gmail.com. There's the 2 Discords, and then if you want to, I always forget that there's messages too. You can send voicemails. On Spotify for podcasters. Anyway, It's always, and then there's also the Patreon, patreon.com/wingwong. W is capital ING. W is capital ONG. So yeah, whoopsies. Think it's gonna be it for now, guys. So adios, mi amigos.